Welcome to another episode of That Crazy Triangle Guy. Here we are looking at Bitcoin US dollar index on the 12-hour time frame. Wow, look at those big red candles we got. Oh, we got a nice little green one forming. That's good. Got a little green one forming down here. And hopefully this is about as far as we come down. Let's look at a 5-minute real quickly. So definitely a lot of FUD in the market, fear, uncertainty, and doubt heading into the FOMC meeting tomorrow morning. And looks like we're trying to hold it here and actually have come up a little bit higher. So yeah, possibly we do. This is as far down as we come. Now, I must say, let's look at an hourly time frame. Over the past few weeks, I've really had this feeling that they're going to try to dump us down as much as they can heading into this meeting. And certainly that is what we're seeing. Now, we could come down further to the intersection of this pink and green lines here, and then even maybe a wick down to the center line of the Gaussian channel. I've discussed this many times over the past couple weeks anyway, I guess. Although I didn't think this was necessary where we would be heading. I still maintained that it looked like we would. There's certainly a very good possibility that this wasn't play out, especially with everything else in the charts. And this is just brief here. This is over a couple days, and this will all be over, I'm sure. Not sure. If we get terrible info we don't want to hear tomorrow morning and tomorrow during the day with Chairman Powell, then no, this could keep going down here and possibly even longer. But I highly doubt that's the case. There's a lot of fear being spread in the market, and it's in actuality, for the past several years, I've been hearing about a recession. All sorts of experts coming on and saying a recession is just around the corner for several years now, over and over and over and over. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. Now, it certainly would be possible to come down here. And I think this would be a worst case scenario because you got the worst case scenario while maintaining a still strong bullish overall trend. You got the 21-week moving average down here. You got the bottom of the daily Gaussian channel, and you got the bottom of the blue parallel channel that I've discussed many times, and I'm not going to go over it again. It goes way back in time to January 2023, where our bull rally started after the FTX collapse. And you can see here, the bottom of the blue channel here, top of the first blue channel right there, and top of the second one there. They both have the same bottom. There's a blue center line right here that we were trying to hold that I discussed. And there's the center line of the bigger blue channel right there. It's a major channel that we're oscillating from the top to the bottom in over the past year and a half or so. Or actually maybe even longer than that. And we were trying to hold that here until Friday. Friday we lost that, came back down, and so as I was maintaining that since we were above the center line of the blue channel, there was a good chance we would be heading up at least to the top of the first channel here at be 86,000 by the end of the month, and possibly up to 96,000, which is at the top of the bigger blue channel by the end of the month. There's also, now that we've lost the center line as support, a good chance that we do come down here. It's not necessarily that that will occur. And actually right now we are probably at about midway between, not quite midway. If we came down here, it looks like it might be about midway between the center line and the bottom of the channel, which would certainly be another support. It would be the center line of a channel here. So that is certainly a possibility for a reversal. I mean, we don't even have to come down to it, of course. There's no rule saying we have to we have to do that. So there you have that. Now, also, if we did stop here, this is the bottom, the pink fuchsia colored channel. You go to a 4-hour maybe. This fuchsia colored channel, you can see right here, there's a group of channels there. It is the channel that we're traveling upwards in from our inverse head and shoulders here. This inverse head and shoulders, the smaller one, not the larger one that other people most recently have been calling out, which hasn't really been playing out too well. Actually seeing a rejection of that currently, or well, that's all I'll say about that. But anyway, from this, we're simply since this point, we're simply trading upwards in this channel. And certainly we were trading in the upper portion of this channel and now in the lower portion of this channel. And coming down here is perfectly fine. And actually, if we did come down here and get a reversal, it would make sense that we at minimum trade upwards along the bottom of the channel here, which would bring us back up to the top of the Gaussian channel next week. And actually, that falls right in line with where I believe the parabolic bull rally will start. I believe we are about to start the parabolic bull rally, and I've said for the past year that that would be on June 17th. So that's still definitely in the cards here. And if you look back at when previous bull rallies have started, you'll see that price action prior to the rally wasn't anything spectacular, and then all of a sudden, boom. So, well, that's what this market does. But certainly a bounce from here would make a lot of sense, and we certainly could be up at 86 and 96 by the end of the month still. This is just a little 5-10% pullback or whatever. Actually, what is it from most recently here? Most recently here. Yes, 7.5% overall, but currently under 7%. So, all right. The regular market has opened, and the regular market is down a little bit too here. I haven't looked in the Dixie at the Dixie in a while, and it's going up. I still think that there's a good chance of Fairchild Powell, chair. What did I say? Fed Chair Powell will. I think there's a possibility, certainly, that they could make their first rate cut tomorrow. I think with ECB and Canada both cutting rates, and believe it or not, there is you got to watch what you hear, because the people that report the news like to report on they might like to make things dramatic and everything to get you to tune in and have you on your toes watching whether inflation's going to be inflation's going away. It looks like everything is heading that direction, that everything the economy is doing, and that the Federal Reserve is doing. Geez, I'm losing what it's called. Everything everybody's doing is right in line. They're doing a pretty good job. Pretty good job at getting a handle on things, and it looks like everything is going the right way. Although that's not probably what you hear in a lot of the news. But anyway, I think there's a good chance that he does cut tomorrow or in July. I think he should cut tomorrow, and that would send a signal to everyone that we are getting this under control, and that we do want to start cutting things before we break anything and ease into a soft landing. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, what are we looking at here? Let's see how the these guys are doing here. Where's this guy? He's right down here, this little dot. And it's right out there in the middle of nowhere, and nothing really spectacular to be said about that, other than that it's not down here, certainly. And looks like it might be, if you took another line like this line right here, and God, this little thing is in my way. You can't see it, but it's in my way. And did something like that, and we're on a 4-hour chart here. But you could see that even if we brought this down to like there, that it looks like it would be a center line for that. I mean, this looks good. It doesn't look... I think this would probably match up if we came down to there, what I was talking about with Bitcoin. Probably coming down to the center line here. Or maybe even down, maybe here, I don't know. But so here we're looking at the liquidation heat map on the 3-month chart for Bitcoin. And you can see, right, I have this yellow clicked up here. I don't want to touch the screen because this box will disappear, and this is kind of wonky on my phone. So it says 5.6 billion of shorts potentially can be liquidated at 73,250 now. So I've heard a lot of people talking about all the shorts up in the 72, 73, whatever range, billions and billions and billions of shorts, and certainly that's what this says here. I don't know where they're getting their information, and this isn't really something that I get into, so my knowledge of it is very limited here. But if they're getting it from this chart, then it's not really accurate, because that's on a 3-month chart, and I don't know how they do this, but the numbers are really, really skewed. Well, you know what? Let's even go to a 12-hour chart here. Well, because here you don't even have that up there. So I don't know how they do all this. But one thing I do know is that if you look over here at all what appears to be liquidations on this chart, and you add up all these numbers, if you click on them, you'll get numbers like that. 26 million right there. And it doesn't always work with my phone. Oh, there we go. 29 million right there. And oh, there we go. Another 10 million there. But if you click on each little one and add all those up, you get well over 100 million. And I forget what the number was when I did it, like 140 million or something like that, maybe. And then if you look here at the actual Bitcoin liquidations here on the same CoinGlass website, you'll see that there's only 39 million longs over the past 24 hours that have been liquidated, not 140 million. So I think that chart shows like an aggregate over time of all the short or long positions that have been there, but a lot of those probably got closed out before they got liquidated, and maybe the ones that are over several months period are like I said, it's totals of positions that had been there at some point or something like that, and not actually what is there now. So that's something to think about. But currently, this is the colors that we are looking at right now. So there is a lot of shorts up at around 69,000. Millions and millions of shorts. But there's also a bunch just right here. I mean longs right here. The same amount right there, just under where we're at. So that's good and bad. It's good because it shows that they're confident that that's as far down as we're going to go. But if you look, it is red. We are heading down towards those guys, and I think it's really, really stupid that people are playing with leverage so close to price action, and they're getting really risky, and that's why we're where we're at right now. And so a lot of what causes this is excess leverage, and that's why before big moves that are about to come, you'll see a flush out of the weak hands, the excess leverage, and what have you. And I think that's simply what's going on here. And if we look at it, this is on a 4-hour chart. If we look at a 5-minute, see, we're doing this little inchworm thing. There's a good chance, like I said, that we come down here. Those guys, as we come down to 66, we were at here, and yeah, they're going to liquidate these guys. I'm telling you right now. Those guys are all going to be gone because they're being stupid. There's a good chance we come down to the green and pink lines at 66. There's a very good chance we come down here. This is where all those guys are sitting. That's just stupid. Oh, see, here we go. Are we going to do it right now? Oh, we're trying to do it right now. They're trying to go get them. So That's what gets us here. That is what gets us here. So I think I've said what I need. Well, you know what? I didn't even look at the total 3, did I? So here we are on the total 3. Ooh, we've come down a little bit more since I was looking at this last. All right. Well, there goes that theory. It did look, well, we still could. This could just be a wick lower in that we do hold this. I was looking for us to hold this center line here, this pink center line, and this red line. The red line. The blue line I kind of threw in there last minute. Something else I was looking at. But the red line is a trend line from this point here in April and this point here in April. So April 11th or 12th, 14th, something like that. And April 30th, middle and end of April. And currently we are right around there. Now we're wicking through it. Do we hold a candle body there or not? We have yet to see that. Now, if we did, that would be the center line of this orange channel I have. Let me go to a 12-hour. That would be the center line of this orange channel, which is simply the handle of our cup and handle pattern. It's a big cup and handle pattern that I drew a long time ago. It goes way back to June of 2022, June of 2022. So that's not really a big deal. It's simply oscillation within this channel, and we're not ready to break out of yet. Just about, but not yet. It's also right around the center line of this white channel. Now the white channel I've created, and it takes in the top here. It also has a lot of points of contact along the center line and the bottom here, as well as the center line way back in time here. And kind of acted as resistance and support here. And then the center line goes right back to the beginning of time. So that's what that channel is. But currently we are below the center line of that one. Yeah, we've fallen through the center line of that white one. And looking to hold support here. It's not quite clear if we're going to do that or if we're going to continue to fall. Now, if we do fall through that, doesn't necessarily mean we're going to come all the way down to the bottom of the channel here. But it certainly is a possibility, about 5, or maybe even the red line, anywhere, somewhere between 580 and 575. And let's see if we have some sort of horizontal support there. Actually, we kind of want to stay. Well, we got both these supports here. Wouldn't really be good if we came down much further, but I guess it is what it is. I'd really like to see us hold the 21-week moving averages right there in light blue, but we'll just have to see what happens. We had been total 3 had been falling a lot less than Bitcoin before the U.S. market opened. Now it's catching up with Bitcoin. You can probably see it on the dominance chart. Yeah. You can see how Bitcoin was falling more than the rest of the market. But now the rest of the market is catching up with Bitcoin, actually, is what's happening. So, and I thought that was because we were trying to, that it had, excuse me, the crypto market cap, the altcoins had already taken a big dump in relation. The other day, Friday, while Bitcoin was didn't fall as much. So I was really hoping that they were going to hold here. And we'll just have to wait and see if this is nothing more than a wick, because we are looking at the 5-minute chart here. Or what? That's about all I have to say about that. Oh, let's go back. Look at, see where futures is. See, futures is still trading a couple $100, a couple $100 premium to spot. So that's good to see. And they're really, really trying to come get those guys liquidated here. And you can see they're still trying to come down here. And they probably will. Once they come down here, probably as much as we're going to see today, and then just wait unless maybe something happens with the Asian markets overnight. Maybe they take us down further. I don't know. We don't know. We just don't know. Like I said, it certainly is a possibility. Just have to wait and see, and watch your leverage out there. But I think this is just a lot of FUD. A lot of FUD in the market, shaking out people. People are overextended, and they're covering their asses right now. And we'll see a whole new. We'll have a whole new view on things in about 24 hours, or maybe just a little bit more than that. All right, so like, subscribe. See you next time.